Hey, peeps, what's up? Today's mission is I'm gonna change the front brake pads on this beast. Starting to get a lot of pedal travel, and that's probably due from wear down pads because you know you kind of lose oil in the bowl up top because the pads are so low that the pistons have to travel further to actually get to where they need to go. And it's been 2 oil changes since, so they're probably due. And seeing as it's a nice beautiful blue sky today, we've been having rain for like 2 weeks in a row, I figured I'd get that done. So brake pads, I'm also changing the wheel nuts because I don't know what I was thinking this summer. I was just in a hurry or whatnot, but I gotta hit in a 11/16 spark plug socket because it's so damn tight. Like the hole and then the nut is like the same size that I can't get a standard socket in there. So what I did is I just bought smaller wheel nuts that fit this bolt pattern that I'll be able to get a standard impact socket on there in the future. So I broke all these loose. One fuck of a job with the breaker bar, almost killing myself, but I'm ready to do this side. So jack up the car, take off the wheel, and get to it. Alright, got the driver's side done. I'll give you more detail on passenger side now that I know what I'm doing. I'm not too happy with my mechanic. I'm not going to put his name out there because I don't want to slander his business, but I've been going to see him to do some work, and you know, it's just not every bolt is made to be hit with an impact, and you know, you got to put some anti-seize and some brake grease on. You know, it doesn't take much to just do the little extra, you know what I mean? So if I can do it, and I'm not like a full-blown mechanic, I think that, you know, if you own a shop, you can do it. But anyways, minor thing is that the pads are so big. I took industrial ones. The calipers spread apart so much that it was rubbing on the rim, so I just brought down the caliper a little bit, and that's my next change anyways on this, is probably having a good 2 more brake pad changes, and then I'll have to do discs, calipers, and pads all at once. But now I'm about to see, I brought it down a bit with the just with the like a sanding disc there, if you want to call it that, just a little bit so it wouldn't rub. It was just barely touching. I brought it down like 2 millimeters. So I'm about to drop the van down and see if it's still rubbing. Alright, so caliper's pretty easy. There's 2 17 millimeter, one here and one here. This bottom part has like a plastic plug. You can see it's all twisted. This whole thing is in there with this shroud to help keep dust out. What I do is I cut it and I keep it at this end. You know, it's really tight in there, so nothing's going to happen. And this end I just use as a plug. And what I do is in here is I fill it with anti-seize, so then the piston can, you know, it moves a lot easier. But other side, the brakes weren't so bad. This side, oh my god, I don't think you can see the bottom is on metal. So good thing I'm doing this now. It started to chew in a little bit. I got like a little. The rest is all fine, but just right here. So getting that done, I spray a little bit of PB Blaster here to help loosen this up when I compress it a little bit, and then I clean it all down with brake cleaner. But having this weird little noise. The sway bar is fucked. This little link kit, this long link kit. So I'll be ordering that up. That'll be another little video. And I didn't really feel it in the drivability of the vehicle. I didn't feel it at all, really. So, but I was hearing a weird noise, and obviously that's it. I have A-arm bushings here that I'm going to bring to the garage. I'm going to buy the bushings and just bring it to the garage and have them do it because it's a lot easier on a lift, I imagine. And then they got the stuff to press it out, so probably won't take them too long to do that. And I'll stay with them to make sure they do it right, like I was saying. And I'm not going to be going to the same garage as I usually go. So thought I'd do, as you see, you know, this is just essential stuff. Anti-seize, You got brake grease and then PB Blaster, and just this stuff that you can use to just help things along and, you know, do a better job, really. And that's what defies a mechanic, is how good of a job he does. Like, I'm kind of like a well-rounded, I do a little bit of everything, you know. I do body work, I do mechanics, I do tuning, I do, you know, just a whole bunch of general stuff. I'm not a specialist in one thing, but slowly but surely I'll get there. So let's get this done. I think my wife is waiting for me for lunch, and it is like almost 1, so cool. Thought I'd share with you how I compress the calipers. I just use an old pad with a nice big C-clamp, and if they're dual piston and they really give you a headache, you can grab 2, which I have 2, and do both sides at the same time. But this one's okay, I only need to do one side at a time, so thought I'd share that with you. And as you can see, new pads are in. I greased where the clips are, keep everything nice and good, and yeah, moving on. Alright, just went for a little drive, give her a little test run to see how things are going. Everything feels perfect. I got a lot more pedal back, which is very good. And I actually did the brakes the way they're supposed to, you know, greasing everything the way you're supposed to. And the only little hiccup I had is because I got industrial size pads, or industrial use, or what do you want to call them. They're not economy or standard. They're you know, long lasting. They were thicker than they should be, so it you know, brought the caliper towards the wheel a little more, so I had a little rubbing going on, but I just took it down with a grinder on both sides. It doesn't seem to be rubbing anymore, and I didn't take it down enough to compromise its structural strength, but you know, it's all in all, it's going okay. I got the linkage for the sway bar on the way, and the bushings for the control arms, the A-arms. And next weekend we're going to weld up the radiator support, because there's 2 holes on each side, because you know how Mazda are, they're always bound to rust problems. And then I just got to find a place. I got a little section on the subframe on each side that's got a crack in it that I want to get fixed. And then I guess we're just going to run this thing into the ground after that, besides, you know, normal maintenance there, engine oil and brakes and stuff like that. There, we're gonna save up and probably get a Nissan Quest. I like the look of the vans, and I got nothing bad to say about Nissan. They're pretty reliable and they're cheap to fix. So all in all, a great day working on the van. I was gonna do some work on the Jeep, but I've been out since like 9-10 I think, and it's almost 2, and I want to spend some time with my wife, seeing as the other kids are gone to their significant other. So cool. Catch you guys later. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Any questions, just, you know, hit me up with a comment and I'll answer you guys, and show the love. Bye.